Howdy folks, it's Clarissa with Trips and Trots. So I don't know how long this video will be today. I'm trying again something different. It's gonna be a lot like whenever I showed my medals, and that was, I want to say it was before Christmas. It was before my last long run possibly. Anyway. So I did take some notes, so I might look down a little bit, but first I want to say hello, and I have 58 or 59 subscribers right now. It fluctuates, it goes up and down, but I do try to check what's going on with my channel. And to my subscribers, I want to say hello and thank you. I hope that you are enjoying the content. I love sharing my experiences with all of you. And yes, we just got back from Disney and accomplished. I ran my 8th marathon. I do not believe that it was my slowest marathon either. It started out a little humid in the lower 60s, got up to about 78, but I was really strong up through about mile 13, 14. My goal was to try to maintain between a 13 and a 14-minute mile pace and keep that up for as long as I possibly could. And I think that I was on that track up through the halfway mark. I did feel like I was struggling a little bit whenever we got to the castle, and that is like right around mile 9. And I decided to wear my speed 4s, my endorphin speed 4s that are made by Saucony. My feet would say I chose the wrong shoe because I could feel very early on that my feet did not feel as comfortable as they would have in my guide 18s, my Steady Betties. But all in all, that being said, I know that I run a little faster in the speed version, the endorphin speed. So I really wanted to give them a shot, and I had ran a 19 miler with that shoe, and I knew that I was experiencing some foot pain, but it was funny because I didn't start to feel the foot pain here at home until way later. I want to say that I was over the halfway point. I was like at mile 13, and I may have started to feel like a little bit on the edge of my feet where I just didn't feel like my feet could spread out. And I also feel that there was something up with that plate and the way it strikes on your forefoot. And I don't mean the top of your foot, it's like the bottom, but I'm more of a mid-foot striker. So on my left foot is where I felt it, and I felt like that plate just had my foot off a little bit. I didn't mean to go into a big conversation about that shoe, but I will say that I feel that that kept me on point to maintain the marathon pace that I was hoping to get. My next goal is to run a sub-6 marathon. And so I guess that means that I will be running another marathon at some point in time. I don't know exactly when that will be yet, but will it be 26? Possibly. But more to come with details on that as I chat with you today. So, yes, that we had a destination race, and as a matter of fact, it was a week ago today that we flew back into DC from Orlando, landed in the Reagan Airport, and then drove home. No, it is not a quick jaunt to commute from where we live to DC, but both Michael and I are relatively familiar with the area. and he got really good flights it was nonstop direct flight from Reagan to Orlando. And I have to say, so far, I love the Reagan airport. I was hesitant the first time that we flew out of Reagan because I know that parking can get expensive for the DC area. And I also worry about the traffic situation. We did drive into DC the night before to stay over at night in a hotel. So we didn't have like any beltway traffic or anything like that to deal with early in the morning. So that was perfect. But we parked. I will say again, another note to yourself: if you are flying out of Reagan, the parking is expensive. We paid a lot for the parking for the amount of time we were there. Let's see, we were there Thursday through Wednesday, so that's probably 7 days total. And it was pretty expensive, but some airports are expensive. But all in all, I mean, so far, and we flew, the other flight that we had was in the spring. We flew to Fort Lauderdale out of Reagan, and that was with JetBlue. I think we may have had a little bit of a delay, but other than that, it wasn't anything that was worth me, like, I can't remember it being a negative experience. So I say, yeah, I love it. So yeah, Reagan is a thumbs up, and just remember that for parking, you may be paying more than expected. And we stayed in the premium parking just because we're not familiar with the area as well. So we just, get out of the parking garage, and like, it's literally, you walk over, you go it's like where you, the metro system, like there's signs for the metro, and there's signs, to get you to the airport. And then you just take the elevator up to where your check-in is and everything. I mean, it's super easy. So anyway, yeah, a week ago today, I can't believe it. It's just like it flew by. So I may edit some of this while I look down, and we'll see how it goes. I just have a lot of notes, so I just want to make sure that I don't miss some important details. Let's see. So I'm working on some ideas of what I want to do with my channel over the next few months. And the one thing that I'm thinking about doing, I'm not completely sure I'll be able to do it, but I think I'm going to at least attempt it. And because February has the least amount of days in the month, I am going to try to vlog every day for the month of February. So I'm going to see how that goes. So what I may do is, I have an event that's coming up that I want to share with you all at the end of January. So that weekend, I will probably film my weekend and then upload it on Friday, or upload it on Sunday, February 1st. So that's my idea, and I know that I most likely will need to put in shorts too along the way, but I'm going to give that a try. Not that I want to be a daily vlogger, by no means, but I just want to see what it's like, and by no means do I feel that it's going to be easy. Believe me, just making as many videos a month as I do, which is on average, I get about 2 videos in a month, maybe a little more than that. But my goal in the beginning was to put out 2 long videos per month, or was it 1 a week? I can't remember now, because I've been back and forth with it. But yeah, so that is my idea about doing a daily vlog for the month of February. Let's see if I can do that. I don't know. So that was that. Then, oh, the other thing in February that I thought would be fun to try is a live stream. Now, I'm not committed to it yet because I don't know anything about it. And I thought I'd get my husband to help me with that. If I do a live stream, I will announce it, the date and time. I'm thinking the most convenient time would probably be on a Friday, mid-evening, because a lot of people would have plans on a Saturday, and then Sunday people are getting ready for their next week. So I'm thinking a Friday night would be the most appropriate time to do a live, maybe just for like 30 minutes or so. But I have to do a lot of research before I ever even decide to push that button to do a live stream. We'll see how that goes. Feel free to comment. If you feel that I should do a live stream, give me a like. Okay, so there's that. What else? Another exciting thing that's happening in February, but then I'll need to tell you about it in March. I am going to, again, because it's not the first time that I've tried this, I'm going to try to get sorry, I'm looking down at my notes because I don't want to say it wrong, a non-guaranteed general entry into the New York City Marathon. I have attempted to win a lottery in the New York City Marathon twice previously, at least twice. I know it was twice. And at least once or twice in their half marathon. Their half marathon is, I want to say like February, April, somewhere around that time frame, but I don't know exactly because I haven't even looked at the New York City stuff in so long. But it opens up in February. So I don't know, it might be boring to put you through the process of me entering it, but once I'm entered, there is a window of time. Then on March 4th, they will announce the people that got into the non-guaranteed lottery. So we'll see. So wish me luck. And if I do get in, I'm going to be extremely excited and nervous all at the same time because it is the largest marathon in the United States. And I'm familiar with the city. I'm originally from New Jersey, but I think, you know, I'm a country bumpkin now. I live in central Pennsylvania, so I'm not a city slicker anymore, but I think I have some family members that will be able to support me through the way that live in New Jersey still. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll see. Like I said, stay tuned. That would be March 4th again, that they will announce the winners of the New York City lottery for the marathon. So next topic, some upcoming races. We have another 5K coming up in March, and I might try to stream. I don't know if I'll stream the whole thing or how I want to do that. But I always really enjoy this race. It's kind of like, it's in March, so it's going to have more of like a St. Patrick's kind of feel to it. There is a craft, like kind of festival with food vendors and everything afterwards. If it's not too cold and the weather permits, we might stay and do a little bit of the festival as well, get out of our sweaty clothes real quick and do some festivities there. So that is we have 5K in March that I plan on sharing with you. And then April, we have a huge experience. So I'm very, very excited. Michael and I have wanted to go to Dollywood for quite some time. And I'm happy to announce that we have decided that we are going to Dollywood. They are doing their inaugural race series in Dollywood in April, and we plan, well, it's not a plan. It's like, it's in the books. Like, you know, we've already planned it out. We know what we're doing. We're taking our children with us, our hairy children, that is, our fur babies, our 2 dogs that traveled with us all the way to Florida, our coming on the trip with us. And so we're super excited because anytime that I can bring my dogs with me, it alleviates some of the stress that I have. Like I have always like a little bit of anxiety. My one dog is extremely attached. I'm going to say more to me. I think Michael would agree. That would be Princeton, my cream colored Shih Tzu, but I just I don't like to have to take them to camp. I call it camp for them, boarding school, what have you. But so they get to go with us on this excursion. We're going to be in a pet friendly environment, so I'm very excited about that. So stay tuned for Dollywood. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Everything that I've seen about that park, it looks amazing. So yeah, can't wait. Maybe I'll even see Dolly. Oh my God, that'd be great. Oh, and not only are we going to do that, I also, I mean, we're in the area, so I plan on taking you to the Smoky Mountains, which makes me think of Ronnie Millsap. Smoky Mountain rain, keep on falling. Sorry about my voice. Hey, when I really try, I can sing, I promise. But I know that really sucked right now. And ironically, I'm going to share a funny with you. I always thought that he was saying Smoky Mountain ring, keep on burning. But that's not what he says. It's Smoky Mountain rain, keep on falling. Anyway, but I remember that song. My mom had the album. I used to sing it all the time whenever I was a little girl. So yeah, I'm going to take you guys to the Smoky Mountains while we're there. Get a little bit of Gatlinburg. I was only there once, and I was younger and full of life. And it was very bohemian, I remember, when I was there in Gatlinburg. And I saw these tattoo shops and body piercing. And I was like, I'm going to get my nose pierced. And I did. But it only lasted for like 3 weeks because my nose swelled up and it got infected. And I tried to take it out to clean it. And I couldn't get the nose ring back in. So yeah, that's what that had. But you know what? I really don't know if I had the right nose for a nose ring anyway. It's kind of, pudgy and whatever. But yeah, I had a nose ring for a hot second. It didn't work out. That is my Gatlinburg story. Okay, so yeah, Dollywood, Gatlinburg, May. What's happening in May? I want to show you the town of Boalsburg during the Memorial Holiday weekend. Now, what I want to tell you about Boalsburg, Pennsylvania, is it is claimed to be the birthplace of Memorial Day, the Memorial Day holiday. But however, it's not officially recognized as the birthplace of the Memorial Day holiday. The actual official birthplace is called Waterloo, New York. I don't know where that is, but I might have to go there someday to see if, I think it's any better. But yeah, I'm going to take you to to Boalsburg at some point in that time. They have a craft show or a big craft fair that goes on and everything. So I want to show you that in May. Then we have another big event, which will not include our dogs because even if I could take them, I really don't think they'd want to be there. My one dog had motion sickness for the first 2 years of his life, and he'd get car sick almost every time we had to take him anywhere. Poor kid. I thought he'd never grow out of it, but he did. We are going on a cruise to Bermuda in June, and I have been on a 7-day cruise before. I don't know if Michael has or not. We've both cruised, but I've never been to Bermuda. Michael has been to Bermuda, but I think when he was there, he was a child, very young, and I think they flew there. I don't think it was a cruise. So I'm very excited about doing that. And We are sailing with a cruise line that I have never tried before. This will be my first experience with Norwegian. So I've been on 8 cruises total, and I started out with Royal Caribbean, and that was my first cruise. It was a grand experience for it being my first cruise, and it was a 7-day cruise. Then I did a bunch of Carnival cruises, and that led me to a cruise that I did to the Bahamas. My first time to the Bahamas, I cruised out of Baltimore, and that was a 7-day cruise. And that was very fun. It took you to Port Canaveral, and I went to Cocoa Beach, and then you went to Nassau, and then there's another island in the Bahamas that you go to, and I can't think of the name of it right now, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was the first time and only time that I ever had a balcony. Now, then I went to Disney. Disney was my third cruise line experience, and I have to tell you, after doing a Disney cruise, people that have cruised on multiple cruise lines, if you know, you know, I now have my expectations up here because our cabin, even though it was an inside cabin, was phenomenal. The bed, let me tell you, was the most comfortable bed that I have ever slept in my whole entire life. And the bathroom situation, bathroom situation in cruise cabins, they're small, they're tight. Not on Disney. Even for the inside staterooms, you get a separate area for your shower, and then you have another area with another, a separate door and everything for your toilet and another hand washing sink area. So I am very much looking forward to Norwegian, but I'm not sure, because I was pampered on Disney, how that will go. And we're on the cruise for 7 days. So we will stop, I believe, in Charleston, South Carolina, which I've been there before. We went to Charleston once on a trip whenever we were, I think we were going to Savannah maybe, or we were going on another cruise and we were driving through and stopped in Savannah. I don't remember, but yeah, we've been to Charleston once before, and it's a very cute. It reminds me a lot of Savannah, but there's still I really loved Savannah whenever I visited Savannah. That was a great trip too. Trips and trots, it's what we do. We run and we vacation. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah, we're going on a cruise to Bermuda. What else can I tell you? Let's see. I was just going to say, yeah, I wanted to add. So we're going on our cruise on the Norwegian for the 7-day cruise to Bermuda, but it'll be some time yet, but I think that we will probably, maybe within the next 5 years, want to take another Disney cruise. And the Disney cruise that we really want to try is the Treasure. It just seems to hit all of the interests that Michael and I are interested in. So hopefully we get to do that. And if we weren't going to do the Treasure, word on the street is that the Treasure right now is more expensive than the Destiny, and the Destiny is their newest ship. But for whatever reason, the Treasure prices seem to be higher. I don't know if that's actually the case or not. I haven't investigated any kind of pricing or anything. But if we don't do Treasure, I would like to do the sister ship to the Dream, because that was the ship that we were on whenever we did our Disney cruise, and that's the Fantasy. And I hear that if you like the Dream, you're going to love the Fantasy. I don't know. It seems like they're both the same, but some people just say the Fantasy's better. So we'll see. But other than that, I was going to share with you 2 more things. First of all, whenever we went to Disney Springs, I found this place, and I'm not getting any kind of sponsorship or anything out of this, but it's called Pura, let me see, Pura Vida. And the only reason why it caught my attention is because everybody does Pandora. Well, not everybody does Pandora. That's not what I want to say. I want to say that Pandora is everywhere in Disney. Even if you go to the new Zootopia show, they have Pandora. You know, it's just like, it's everywhere. I even went into a store and I wasn't impressed. It was, especially for someone that doesn't have any Pandora, I didn't feel anybody was helpful or made me interested in any of their product. So we went to this place. I was just walking by and I was like, what is all this jewelry in here? So this is called Pura Vida. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not, but this is, obviously it's not real, you know, real silver or gold. It's overlay. But I got this. I love paper link chains. So I got this. And all of these, I don't know, I'll be right. All of these are just like little charms that I bought to go with this. And this ring opens up. And then I also got this this pendant with it. Trying to do what the other vloggers do, see if you can get a better. I got that. And then this is a separate chain that I purchased. And I don't remember where I got this. Again, this is not real gold either. I think I even got like probably Amazon or something. But it's not supposed to tarnish. I hiccuped. And I thought, why not add some cool little charms to this? So I have like, you know, I thought this was cute. And they all open up. I don't know if the B is right. Oh, yeah. I just realized. Sorry, guys. I've been on. Yeah. I just realized that. I don't think you guys can read that right. Unless whenever it's over, it corrects itself. I thought I had that setting fixed. But I think the setting's fixed if I'm just using my camera. But if I'm using the DJI app, then it doesn't work properly. But I'm not using the DJI app. Anyway, sorry, I'm thinking out loud. So anyway, so I'm going to put these little charms on this necklace. And all in all, I got a necklace, a big pendant, and I got all of these charms. And I only spent like $100. Can you imagine how many charms you could get with Pandora for $100? I don't know. I just thought it was fun to try. Disney Springs. Now I have another place that I love at Disney Springs. Basin and this place. So it was fun. I really liked it there. I spent so much time in there that my husband, normally he can hang with me. He had to get out. He had to leave. He's like, you're spending way too much time in here. But it was a lot of fun. So go check it out if you're at Disney Springs. And the last thing is, I was going to show you this. I am more proud of this right here. I'm proud of this hat. I'll even put it on my head. Even though when I put it on, it's not the most flattering, but yeah. I am more proud of this hat. See, it's already like getting smudgy and stuff because I wore it so much while I was at Disney. I'm more proud of it because, well, I'll tell you because why, than my actual medal. And the reason is, this is what I think is the case. So I may have to stand corrected, but I do know in past full marathons, if you were swept and you were asked to leave the course and get onto a bus to take you to the finish line, whenever you get on the bus, they still give you a medal. Regardless of whether you finish or not, they still give you your medal. And I think that's okay. You know, I mean, you were there, you did your best, you know, you were there, have your medal. But I don't know if you actually get the ears. I think the ears are only for finishers. So that's why in my brain, I wasn't focused on the medal. I was focused on getting these darn ears because I was like, I'm going to get those ears. I'm going to get those ears. And it was so much fun to realize that at like mile 18, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it. That's great. Oh, I don't want to get teary-eyed, but yeah. So, yeah, marathon number 8 in the books. Please stay tuned for if I win a lottery spot for the New York City Marathon. If anyone's getting their hopes up for me, please don't, because it's very, very hard. I ask an AI site what my odds are of getting in. It's like 2%. I think your percent is a little higher if you are a New York resident, but I don't think and it used to be, this is a rumor, and I don't know if it was like consecutive years in a row, but I was told once that after you had put in for a non-guaranteed entry for at least 5 years, I don't know if they were in a row or not, you automatically were able, like, they find they're like, okay, they've entered 5 times. They are really committed to this. But I really don't know if that's the truth or not. So, and it may have been at one time and maybe not now. I don't know. But if I get in, I'll be super excited, and I hope to even do better. And my husband is planning on doing another marathon, possibly in October. So my plan is, if I don't get in to the New York City Marathon, then I will maybe run a full marathon with him, whichever October marathon he chooses to do. But he's really excited. And this one, because he is faster than me now, he even said, he's like, this one, I think I want to just see what I can do, And I was like, absolutely. He stuck with me. Disney marathons are very crowded. There are a lot of walk groups. You have to be super careful, especially if you're way in the back, like we were in G, because you have to basically fight your way through slower people, because there are people that'll just hang out close to the balloon ladies and know that they can take their time, and as long as they're, so far in front of the balloon ladies, they're still going to make it. So, but I can't rely on that, because I feel like if I was going to do it that way, something would go completely wrong, and then I wouldn't be able to finish, and I would never want that to happen. So my strategy is to get as far away from the balloon ladies in a respectable time, not to the point where my body can't handle it, but something that, I consider an easy pace, which was between like a 13 and a 14-minute mile, which I maintained that up through the halfway point. So yeah, anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed my chatter. And like I said, I'm up to 59 subscribers. Michael and I have so much exciting things to do. Oh, and there is one more update. My arm. I can't tell you what is going on with my arm. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's frustrating because it's never like all the time pain, and sometimes it's more intense than other times. It really never bothers me whenever I'm running or anything like that. It's just the daily task movements whenever I'm doing certain things with my right arm, and I'd be like, oh my God, that hurts. And we can't get to the bottom of it. One of the orthopedic specialists that I went to, they're on the possibility that it could be cervical, but we don't know yet. And now it'd be great if I could get an MRI, but I don't even know where we are with that. I think that they may be having some struggle push with the insurance companies, which is crazy. I'm just going to put that out there. That's crazy. I'm supposed to have good insurance, and I've been dealing with this arm pain since October, and I can't get to the bottom of it. And now I can't get an MRI to figure out if they can figure out what's going on, because I'm telling you, like, my body's telling me something's not right. So I don't know. But those of you that pray say a prayer that we get to the bottom of it, because I'd like to get to the bottom of it. It's very annoying, this pain that comes and goes. So anyway, thank you all for watching our channel, and look forward to what we have coming, and possibly too much of me in February, if I can do it. We'll see what happens. And to that, I'll say good night. Thank you again, and catch you next time, Trotters. Bye.